I tried posting 500 times in 30 days and I failed miserably. But what actually happened taught me more about consistency, feminine energy, and content creation than any challenge I've ever done before. And by the end of this video, you'll know what really happens when you push yourself past your limits as a creator, and the 3 lessons that completely changed the way that I approach both consistency and creativity. I've been creating content for over 5 years now, and I've done every challenge you can possibly ever think of. But this one, the 500 posts in 30 days, was supposed to prove my discipline, but instead it showed me something much deeper, which is how to create from alignment instead of burnout. Originally, when I started this challenge, it was really to fall back in love with creating content, because I feel like I lost that spark and I lost that love that I truly had for content, because I was getting so much in my head that it was making it like a torturous experience, right? So what you really do happens as a creator and as a business owner and a high achiever is really the pressure to constantly prove yourself. And when it comes to this, I was like, okay, if I push my limits, then I think that this will help me fall in love with content. And to give you a kind of a spoiler alert, that this challenge actually did help me go ahead and fall in love with my content. But it wasn't because I posted 500 times. It was because I was getting back into my playful feminine energy, honestly. Like, it wasn't so like strategic and this, and that. It was me flowing and showing up fully authentic and not having so much. It's not that I didn't have thought behind it, but I allowed myself to flow along with my ideas. And when it comes to masculine energy, a lot of the times we get into the trap that doing more equals being more and accomplishing more. When in actuality, I had to realize that not only I knew that this is not sustainable, right? Especially for me as one person, I think that I just didn't have enough of the knowledge to really execute on this at the highest level. I just went into it kind of like raw dogged it. I kind of went in kind of with not that much of a plan. Like, I kind of sort of had a plan. I even made a video, but I didn't have the systems to support myself. And that's what I think is, like, if you want to do more, at least have the systems and the strategy to support that. And I had strategy, I just didn't have the systems, and I didn't have the full support that I needed to execute on it. Like, for example, a lot of people that are posting 500 times in a month, they have whole social media teams. They have like all of that, like people working with them. They have the support. For me, what I wish I would have done, and maybe I'll do in the next time, is I would have used something like a scheduler. I did not use a scheduler, and I think that's what led me to spend a lot of time on things that honestly could have been automated. And that's some things I did not have in place, okay? And I constantly felt like throughout the challenge, I was feeling panicked. And yes, I could regulate my nervous system and all that stuff, but because I didn't have the systems and structure to support that, I was constantly feeling chaotic because I didn't have a set system, strategy, support, right? So I was going through my days feeling very panicked, and I feel like that reflected in content and also through getting burnt out, right? So what failing this challenge actually revealed to me is I reframed failure as feedback. I'm so glad that I did the challenge, and I did it for, I think, a good 10 days. For 7 days, I posted 144 posts, which I honestly recommend people do that. Like, for 1 week, just try posting 144 times. You are going to learn so much, okay? Maybe not 140 times, maybe 100 times in a week. You are gonna learn so much about yourself, and that's definitely what I got. I got the failure of me not doing that challenge because it really came back the feedback of this. When I sat down, I reflected that I did not need volume at this time, right? A lot of people, honestly, as beginners, I would recommend volume 100%. But for me, I've kind of built my platform a little bit. I do not need volume, I need intention. And that's what I mean by this challenge really taught me is I needed more intentionality behind my content, not volume. I did not need to post 500 posts a day. I needed every post to be potent in my messaging, to be potent in what was the purpose of each piece of content. And it wasn't volume that I needed. So it's really about indicating which season you are in your content creation journey and going with that, okay? And following that path. But my favorite part and what really I think made me fall back in love with my content is being raw and uncut. And even with this like YouTube, like I've been posting consistently on my YouTube and it's raw, uncut videos. Like I'm barely gonna post this YouTube video that I'm posting, and that's how I love it. So it's really finding what kind of formats, rhythms, kind of ways I love showing up when it comes to content. And for me, I really love the raw and uncut. That's when I fall in love with content. That's when I really get into the flow very easily. That's when I be consistent. And that's what I realized with doing the challenge. And also like being uncut performs pretty well for me too, at least when it comes to long form content. And that's when I learned to alter my YouTube strategy. So again, my failure led to my feedback, and it led to me understanding that, okay, this is how I want to do my YouTube strategy. So it gave me actually a newfound strategy on YouTube that I really fell in love with, and that's what I love about it. When I realized that I needed to stop posting perfectly, I finally started feeling like me again. And I hope that's what you get from this video too, is that like, show up as yourself, find the way that you like showing up as content. Is it carousels? Is it writing? Like, is it copy, like through copy and words? Is it through talking to the camera? And there's a difference between being uncomfortable with actually like, there's a difference between uncomfortable and unalignment. And I feel like being uncomfortable, that's when you low-key in the back of your head, you enjoy it, but it's kind of hard for you to do. That's the difference. Alignment for me was understanding that, hey, this is not what I need right now. Like this is both taking away money and also time away from me. And I actually just created a video about this on how to balance both your masculine and feminine energy in business. Is I have this little matrix chart, and when I see that something is taking away both time and also taking away, like taking not only time, but energy and not making me money, then I pull back from it, right? And granted, I only did it for like 10 days, so who really knows what would be at the end of the 30, but I just think that the juice was not worth the squeeze, right? Like I was literally losing my mind, losing sleep. Like that's not something that I really even want to be kind of a face for. Like I don't want to represent that at all through my content. And if I see that it is kind of steering me away from my values, then I'm not going to keep doing that. Okay. So that's a huge thing. And I always want to be transparent with you guys. Like I could have just been silent and been like, not said anything about the 500 posts in 30 days challenge, but here I am, and I want to be transparent with you guys, and most importantly, give you my main takeaways. And also, this challenge helped me redefine what consistency means to me, because what I want to ultimately do and what I ultimately needed to get back to was consistently putting votes towards the new identity and the new version of myself that I wanted to create. For example, when I was not really falling in love with my content that much, that's because there were some days where I wasn't creating that much. There was days where I was kind of like, I didn't even think about content at all. And that's because I wasn't putting votes towards this identity I wanted to create, which is being a consistent, confident, radiant, like creator. And that is somebody that shows up every single day. And I was not doing that. So when it came to me, it was really about having the both balance and finding that sweet spot of both having balance on creativity, rest, and also having aligned strategy. That's what really fits well for me, is both what allows me to have creativity, and then the rest helps me with creativity, but also having aligned strategy with what I need in the moment. In the moment, I did not need volume. For a lot of beginners, I do recommend volume. For people that are kind of like building up their platform and they're not really optimizing for mega growth or optimizing for conversion or community, that is a different story. That is a different way you need to approach your content, right? So it's really about finding that sweet spot. And also that I think that at the end of the day, I love that this challenge did help me fall in love with content. And that's what really is about. I did love that it stretched my rubber band on how much I really can take as a creator. It helped me see what is really valuable for me as a creator, and I'm glad that I did the challenge to fail it anyways, right? And that's the whole part of the entrepreneurship journey, is really experimentation and seeing what works and doubling down on what works. And what works for me is this: creativity, rest, aligned strategy, having that trio really, really come together real nice. So comment down below if you got any takeaways from this video. I hope you liked it. And let me know if you would like do the 7-day, 100 posts in 7-day challenge. I do recommend people do try that because it's actually really fun. It's actually really fun, and you don't have to do it for the 30 days, okay? So I appreciate you guys. And if you are new here, just to let you know, I'm Olivia Appleberry. I help women step into their feminine self-development and self-expression through content creation, whether that's through watching my content and growing, like maybe you grow through this video, or becoming a creatorpreneur yourself so that you can get paid to exist through your purpose. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe, like, and turn post notifications on, because I post videos like this every single week to help you with the exact mission I just talked about. So I will see you guys in the next video. I love you. Bye.